Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. इतने valid points Sister Komal और Sister Anam ने बोले, basic points आपने बोल दिए. And I think that is the main thing. अगर मकसद रहे ना mind में, तो we don't go off track. And it's very necessary कि right through we remember कि किस पर्पस के लिए हम बैठे हैं. सो नंबर 2 को हम देख रहे थे. नंबर 1 हमने पहले कर लिया है. एंड वी ऑलवेज टच अपॉन दिस सूरा ऑफ रिमेम्बरिंग कि हम कभी अपने खुद को कहते हैं हम में पोटेंशियल नहीं है. आई कांट बेयर दिस, आई कांट हैंडल इट, इट्स टू मच फॉर मी. सो ये बिलीफ सिस्टम में बैठ जाता है. एंड आई थिंक वन ऑफ द थिंग्स हमें सर्च करना है कि अगर हमने ये बिठा दिया है तो फिर माइंड भी उसको पकड़ लेता है कि ये आई कांट डू इट, आई कांट डू इट, और उसको स्ट्रेंथन करता है. सो इस आयत के तहत वी ऑपरेट कि हम में बहुत पोटेंशियल है एंड वी शुड नॉट निगेट इट. अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र करना चाहिए कि हम उसको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रियलाइज करें. एंड दिस इज़ व्हाट वी शुड बी डूइंग इन एवरी सिंगल डे कि हमारा पोटेंशियल जो है उसको रिकग्नाइज करें और उसको एप्लीकेशन में ले आएं और अपनी बिलीफ सिस्टम्स को हटाएं जो हमको कम कर देते हैं. I'm just going to go through some of the things that happen, and we are thought of like that. So I love having to do all the work, yet be told that I don't work. This is a housewife. I take my hat off to a housewife. She is so valuable. We say sometimes I'm working, but a housewife, she's gold. She is, and no mother has ever said this, So it's again your belief system. How can you change this belief system? ये भी हम औरतों पे है. Why is it thought like that? Right? Why do you think ये thought है लोगों के mind में? Why do you think it is there? आप बताएं. क्यों कहते हैं आप तो काम ही नहीं करती हैं, आप तो घर बैठी हैं? ये कहा जाता है ना, ये सोचा जाता है इसका तो जॉब ही नहीं. और हम खुद को भी ये कहते हैं हमारा जॉब ही नहीं, हम घर पे बैठे जब हम बैठे होते. राइट. सो इस बिलीफ सिस्टम को कायम रखने में किसका हाथ है? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? आंसर चैट में करें, बताएं किसका हाथ है. यू थिंक इट्स योर, आपका हाथ भी है. या इट्स एवरी वन ऑफ अस हैज प्लेड अ पार्ट इन इट. Yeah, how we have to change this belief system. It's the most valuable post on the planet, and we need to value it like that. आजकल जो आप देख रहे हैं ना सोसाइटी का हाल, वो इसलिए है क्योंकि इसको पोस्ट को नहीं वैल्यू दी जा रही. Let's look at some other things here. It just occurred to me that the majority of my diet is made up of food that my kids didn't finish. होता है ऐसे कि आप बच्चा कुछ खा रहे होते. राइट. And we're doing that. We all, I'm doing that even, when my husband's not here, he's in hospital and every day, I'm still बच्चा कुछ इधर से जो बच के खा रहे. So anyway, the point is, it's okay, बच्चा waste नहीं करते हम. We've all got that thing. We don't like to waste. But the point also is कि we need to make our family realize कि आप अपनी प्लेट में वही डालें जो आप खाएंगे. This shouldn't be like that you should be doing that. Everyone next बार खा सकते हैं या कुछ. So ये belief systems को थोड़ा सा देखें, improve करें, so you're not putting yourself into such positions where you're just eating the leftovers. इस वाले को देखें. Being a housewife and stay-at-home mother is the most exhausting, unappreciated, underpaid, and overworked job there is. Do you agree? Yeah. Yeah. And people who are working also, उनको भी वो आके सारा काम करना पड़ता है. Some of us here are working mothers and wives, and they have to come home and take that whole load as well. So it is, again, we need to see why have we allowed it to happen like that, right? Belief system hai uske piche. Isko dekhein, housework is what a woman does that nobody notices until it hasn't, she hasn't done it. फिर कहते हैं ये क्यों नहीं साफ, ये क्यों मैं कपड़े क्यों नहीं धुले हुए, is it true? What do you think? So why is that so? Why is that so? Can nobody notices the work? Why is it? आप बताएं, reason बताएं. What is the reason that a housework work is does not get noticed? जब नहीं होता है तो क्या ये क्यों गंदा है, ये क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये कैसे नहीं हुआ, ये होना चाहिए था. But why is her work not noticed? What do you think is behind that? क्या वजह है इसकी? Anybody has any thought? Taken for granted? Okay, and maybe also, what can you do to not be taken for granted? What can we do? Yeah, not vocal enough. You're doing a lot of work. You're doing a lot of work. If you pay somebody to do that work, you'd be paying them a lot of money, the work you do, right? So we need to be more vocal about it because it's not an ordinary, by the way job. It's a crucial job of creating a new civilization. You're creating a little unit of society जो उसी तरह exemplify करेगी behavior जो आपके घर में है. वही करेंगे आपके बच्चे बाहर जो आपके घर में जैसे system है. So it's very, very important. So if you look at a housewife, she's being a lover, she's being a mother, she's being a hostess, a chef, therapist, interior designer, teacher, maid, and everything in between. कितने सारे posts वेयर किए जा रहे हैं उस एक हाउसवाइफ के नाम पे, right? So how can you bring this belief system into your home? How can you give yourself the value that I'm doing all these things? And you do read up, you do learn things, even in interior design or in medical treatment of a child or looking after, आप पढ़ते हो, आप सीखते हो, आप करते हो. Sometimes you're finding different medicines or different diets that can be given. So it's not like you're not doing your study to do all these things. You're doing your very best. So the belief system that housewife is just nothing, we need to work on that, right? Should we work on that? Yeah? Yeah, inshallah. Okay, so this one, I don't have a 9 to 5 job. I have when I open my eyes till I close my eyes job. Isn't that true? I feel like that, every one of us, I think, they're all ladies here. And do you feel like that? Do you agree? आंखें खोली शू हुए, जब आंखें बंद की तो सो गए बस. And that's it. You're working, trying to do everything, trying to manage it. Everything's ready for the kids tomorrow. Husband ready, house is right. मेहमान आ रहे हैं तो उनकी चीजें कर रहे हैं. कोई और चीज प्लान करनी है, अपनी पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं. Learning things. So it is a very, very valuable job. And I think in that context, जो आयत भी quote हुई, on the Surah 30, ayat 21, we are looking for this little unit to have a lot of peace and tranquility, and Allah Ta'ala has blessed it with affection and mercy. ये भी Allah Ta'ala का बहुत शुक्र है कि it's naturally there, the affection and the mercy for each other, and it's there between the partners. So when you get into all this, you're doing your laundry, you're making beds, you're caring for the children, answering the doorbell, cooking, this, that. ये चीजें जो है मिस एवरेज हाउसवाइफ का में फंस गई, ये कर रही है सारा वक्त. लेकिन if you really, really look at it, this is a belief system कि मुझे ये करना है, right? लेकिन your real job is this in blue. Right? You're the manager in your home, you're the teacher, you're the cook, nutritionist, you're the banker, sometimes managing your budget for whatever you need to spend, you're the coach, you're the psychologist, you're the doctor, तो जब आप इन कामों में फंसते हो, तो what do you think suffers? कौन सा एरिया सफर करता है? जब आप खाने पकाने में लग गए, बर्तन धो रहे हैं, लॉन्ड्री कर रहे हैं, सफाइयाँ कर रहे हैं, शॉपिंग कर रहे हैं, स्कूल के ड्राइव्स कर रहे हैं, इधर उधर, ये चीजें होती हैं फिर सही? जो मेन जॉब्स हैं, दिस इज योर मेन जॉब, you're a teacher, you're a doctor, does that take place then? What do you think? So ये आपका it's like you have an organization, आपकी लीडरशिप बिल्कुल मिसिंग हो गई है, और नीचे आप झाड़ू दे रहे हैं और टेबल सही रख रहे हैं और ये चीजें कर रहे हैं. Yeah. Right? So it goes a little bit, it's not intended. Allah Ta'ala hasn't blessed you with being a wife and a mother for these jobs. We have to find a solution for all these jobs, right? Does that make sense? Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. बच्चों की तरबियत नहीं होती. So ये बिलीफ सिस्टम से हटना है. एंड इफ यू जो हम चाह रहे हैं कि जैसे VOTP का मकसद है to strengthen this unit because our children will benefit, the civilization will benefit अगर आपका घर जो है आप इस रोल में आए. You have to come in this role. Either your husband is not benefiting, your children are not benefiting if you are out of this role, the one in blue, and you're just stuck in chores, doing chores all the time, right? So we talked about the tools को हम कैसे इस्तेमाल करेंगे. Our main session is about how we're going to use tools. So I'm once again going to give you examples and you're going to tell me कि आप क्या जवाब देंगे जब आपके husband इस सिनारियो में कुछ इस किस्म की बात करते हैं. तो we said कि understanding की तीन चीजें हैं: affinity, reality and understanding, communication. So affinity में you have a high level of likeness, affinity for the issue, for yourself and for your husband, और जो भी issue है उससे भी आपकी affinity है, आपका emotional charge नहीं है. So when you have to note कि आपका emotional charge उस area पे है कि आप इतना घर का काम, इतना load, day by day, month by month आपने अपनी body को neglect कर लिया, you don't look the way you want to look, you're always tired. तो वो चीज़ों से अगर आप emotionally charged up हैं so this conversation cannot take place, right? So you have to handle that in yourself. So you can't be down at fear, anger, boredom, mild interest. You have to come up on that issue itself, right? So affinity आपकी अपने साथ होनी है उस issue पे, and you have to have affinity for your husband, whatever his ideas. Let's say he thinks it's not his job at all. It's all yours. You should be handling it. Then you should still have affinity for his viewpoint, that he has that viewpoint, right? And understand that. So उनकी affinity पे भी आपको नजर रखनी है. Maybe he thinks he shouldn't be doing none of that and he gets angry with you. So it's okay. You should be able to have that. और दूसरा है कि उनकी रियलिटी को आप देख रहे हैं. Reality is what is real and the degree of agreement. So obviously there's a disagreement here. He thinks he should be with his friends, he should spend time with his family, he's brought the money in and it's your job to do all that. तो आपकी reality कुछ और है, उनकी reality कुछ और है, and you're taking it towards the reality कि we are here as a family unit and we have to raise the children towards being proper servants of Allah Ta'ala. We all have to be servants of Allah Ta'ala. And it's simply impossible for you to do it if you're doing all the house chores. You cannot be a spiritual being if you're all the time loaded with this mechanical work. तो ये बात हो रही है और उस रियलिटी पे आपने अपने स्पाउस को लाना है. सो ऑफ कोर्स वी आर सेइंग कि ये रियलिटी पे आपको अपनी रियलिटी हमेशा बढ़ाते रहना है. So your experience, you are going to try new things. Don't shut off things. Experience things, life की happenings. पढ़ें भी उसके बारे में, how to manage your housework better. How can you shorten the time on that? How can you do it better? Knowledge base अपना बढ़ाएं, question करें और अपनी level of consciousness को always aim for a higher one. We covered these, ayats in the previous one. Okay, always go for haq and away from batil, and do not assume things. There's a lot of methodologies out there. Even if you look at the family unit, बदल गया है. we've got all these little units that can't manage. When we had a joint family system, it was still manageable. पर उस पे इतने नुक्स निकाले गए कि नहीं नहीं ये नहीं हो सकता. But it is possible. It is possible if we follow the spiritualness of Islam. हम आपस में बना के एक दूसरे की अफिनिटी बढ़ा के we can be a better team. लेकिन ये छोटा सा यूनिट करके ही it becomes so impossible. जैसे अभी सिस्टर ने बोला कि it's hard for one lady to manage the kids, manage the whole house, and be calm, and then do all these other things. It's just very difficult. So we do need to create this family unit. It's good for our children anyway. When we bring the families closer together and we associate with them and we talk to them, they also learn a lot more. So be careful about all these new methodologies. We are sold on them, and then we get into trouble. But let's just stick with what is the right way per Islam to live and keep the relationship right in the family, so that we are supportive to each other. So I think the reality pe we are okay on it. What do you have to make real to your husband, to your spouse? What do you have to make real? You have to make real कि आप पे कितना प्रेशर है, आप कितना थक रहे हो, आपको कितने काम करने पड़ते हैं. Just as he has a rough day in the morning, you have to tell him how was your day. रियलिटी उनकी भी आप बढ़ाएंगे जब आप बोलेंगे, उनको बताएंगे, तो इंशाल्लाह ही विल ऑल्सो स्टार्ट सीइंग कि भाई इतना सारा चीजें मैनेज कर ली, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, यू डिड वेरी वेल. डिड यू गेट टाइम फॉर योरसेल्फ? इट्स लाइक you have to bring about that. जैसे हम कह रहे हैं, ज्यादा वोकल बने on your areas, and they are very understanding. If they know, if they don't even know, then you can't really blame them if they think that हम कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे. So communication, maybe when you're talking to him, you're observing what he sees, what is real to him. You're observing his expression while you're talking to him, and you're interchanging ideas. So it's during the conversation, make sure your degree of affinity is very high for the topic, as well as for him, as well as for yourself. So that would be very key in making it successful. And we talked about this ayat, which is very good in application, when that hama maksad kya hai, that we invite to the way of your Rabb. Whenever you're speaking, you're doing really that. Invite to the way of your Rabb with wisdom. Hikmat is Allah Ta'ala hikmat dete hain. Allah Ta'ala grant all of us hikmat of what is right and wrong and how to do it. And you have to do it in a very good, beautiful way to advise, taki the other person's not made wrong and they reach towards it. So it's like hikmat would be to be wise, to restrain or prevent, withhold a person from acting in an evil or corrupt manner. So that would be one of the things to keep in mind. That is what hikmat is. So you're invite to the way of the Rabb with wisdom. So you have to possess knowledge or science and wisdom, render a thing firm, stable, and sound, free from defect or imperfection by the exercise of skill. So again, it's the way we say it, how we say it, what we say it. It's quite key. And for that, you do have to study, learn, and how to present it in a way so it doesn't create conflict, friction nahi aata dono mein, right? And again, we are saying that it needs to be done in a very beautiful way, seem good, beautiful, comely, pleasing, and act or behave with goodness or in a pleasing manner towards a person, a gracious manner. Okay. So that's and what are we doing? What are we doing? We are giving the warning. We are just saying, strongly encouraging a person. They might resist it, say नहीं मुझे नहीं करना, ये काम कर, औरतों के काम है, मैं क्यों करूं? So how are you going to overcome that and encourage and urge, present it in a way that is acceptable? You sort of create, advise, warn, remind of that which should soften the heart by the mention of reward or punishment. So it's you speak in a manner so that it softens his heart towards you, towards the issue, and towards reaching towards the ultimate destination of seeing the face of Allah Ta'ala. So that would be the purpose. And you remind of the results of the affairs, and you encourage and urge, which leads to repentance and reformation. So that would be the purpose of the communication when you're doing it with your husband. And we talked about the ARC, एक गिरेगा, अफिनिटी आपकी ड्रॉप होगी या उनकी ड्रॉप होगी तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग ड्रॉप होगी, तीनों चीजें ड्रॉप हो जाती हैं। आप एक को बढ़ाओगे तो दूसरे दो भी बढ़ेंगे और अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी बढ़ जाएगी, right? So this is the formula, and you in the conversation are watching for affinity, reality, and communication. कहीं पे ड्रॉप होता है, you know you have to do something now to raise the other angle, right? Do say something so that you don't lose the conversation and gets into an argument. So we went over these key points कि आपके हमें अपनी स्पाउस के साथ जो रिलेशनशिप है उसमें म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट होना चाहिए, open, honest communication, shared values and goals, strong emotional bond, effective conflict resolution, shared responsibilities, support and encouragement, and mutual trust. And we should bring out the best in each other, not the worst. And we talked about this, that a belief system, okay, we are one, we need to break away from that, and we need to see ourselves as individuals, him as individual, अलग अलग हम accountable हैं, अल्लाह ताला को हमसे हिसाब अलग अलग लिया जाएगा. So we stay, in that role कि मैं जवाबदार हूँ इस situation के लिए, and I'm here to help him just as he's here to help me. So we covered these points. आपने भी खुद भी बोला, Sister Komal ने and Sister Anam ने कि, these are the points. You said stay calm, choose a good time and place to talk, be open to creative solutions, talk about issues, not people, use I statements. Yeah, I feel like this. I feel that, it is getting too much for me. Acknowledge points of agreement. If he agrees on a little thing, repeat it. Oh, we agree on this thing. Describe your emotions. Be specific in describing what you need. Sometimes होता है हम बात कर रहे होते हैं, पता ही नहीं होता हमें चाहिए क्या, बस complain. So just be very specific. आपको इस conversation से आप क्या चाह रहे हो? Even before we started, you should say, "Okay, maybe I want him for 1 hour to do something every day or half an hour." Just be clear कि आपको क्या चाहिए उनसे, and don't get at it immediately. Say once the whole thing is agreed कि कुछ होना चाहिए, फिर आप कहें कि this would be helpful if you did this and we could start with this. And listen carefully and restate what you have heard, right? उससे भी बहुत assumptions नहीं बनती. आपने ये बोला, did you say this? Did I hear you correctly? अगर आपको especially disagreement हो रही है उस चीज से, तो say, did I hear it correctly? आपने ये बोला, instead of attacking and thinking कि ये बोला, you just verify कि what is behind that. So we said कि आपको before talking to him, आपका पहला point है अपना emotional check करेंगे आप. If your emotion check is not, you're failing in that, आप बैठ जाएंगे अपने belief system के साथ, and you will correct those belief systems just so that you're no longer emotional. Identify type of conflict. इस conflict में क्या हो सकता है? You could have a value conflict, could you, on this one? क्योंकि values ही फर्क है on what it should be. उनका interest भी फर्क हो सकता है, और पावर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट भी हो सकता है. ही कुड थिंक कि मेरा पावर है कि मैं डिसाइड करूं, मैं नहीं करूंगा, एंड यू हैव टू लिसन टू मी एंड यू हैव टू डू इट. सो बी अवेयर कि क्या किस जगह पे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है. यू कैन आस्क द क्वेश्चंस, यू कैन सी कि है कि नहीं है, एंड यू कैन करेक्ट इट, and then you can work on it, कि ये इस तरह से होना चाहिए. पर्सनालिटी डिफरेंस हो सकता है, योर्स आपका फर्क हो सकता है, स्पाउस का फर्क हो सकता है, और इशू पे फर्क हो सकता है. समटाइम्स you're both at a good the same personality level, you're both enthusiastic or in good interest on an area, but एक इशू पे गर्म हो जाते हैं वो, या आप गर्म हो जाती हैं, तो उसका भी आपको अवेयर होना है कि इस इशू पे गर्म हो जाते हैं. So that means वो false self में चले जाते हैं. So you can't really talk to a false self. You can't talk to a person who's in false self. Just don't bother, because he's not there. Right? उनके सारे सर्किट्स बात कर रहे हैं, या आप भी false self में हैं तो हमारे सर्किट्स काम कर रहे होते हैं, हम नहीं होते वहां पे. So it's very key to, not, अगर argument को बढ़ाना नहीं है तो don't please talk in if we are in false self. Resolve emotional and replace belief systems to align with Al-Kitab. So we've been doing that, and a lot of good work has been done by you as students. Alhamdulillah, you've worked very hard. Some of you really, really worked hard, and Allah Ta'ala ko ajr de iska, of handling the belief systems. And is a lot of work to be done on the belief system. Both हैं, unbelievable हैं, belief systems. I come across my own belief systems, so many in a day. I ask for forgiveness for Allah Ta'ala. ये पता नहीं किधर से आ गए, and there are little things that you feel conscious of yourself or your appearance or something. Well, why should I do? Why do I feel that? You know, it's just something that shouldn't be there. I'm not a body. I'm not an appearance. I'm a person. Even if somebody is not giving me the respect, I should give them the respect. I should care for them. I'm a human being. So there's a lot that we can improve on, and it's a jiddujahed जो every day we should be doing it. So check your affinity for you, your spouse, and the issue before you begin. ये सही होनी चाहिए. And agreement to rules के हम, we'll finish with a lot of love and respect for each other. Throughout the communication, we will be respectful to each other, focus on long-term things. And if we get too emotional and upset, him or you, then we'll take a break and we won't discuss it. We'll book another time for doing it, right? And in this ayat, Surah 11, ayat 19, it's one becomes aware of one's own mistakes all the time. And I think it's always good to reflect on them and ask for forgiveness. I think Allah Ta'ala is the one to forgive. But it's a realization that is very necessary, that जो भी situations आज कल में हैं, we have contributed to them being like that. So in that sense, Allah Ta'ala se maafi mange, wisdom mange, himmat mange, and inshallah, he's most merciful, most loving, and wo qualities aap mein bhi hain. You're merciful and you're also very loving. So you can also forgive, and you can also be the ideal potential move towards that. So I hope that helps. If there are any questions, we can go over them. Otherwise, we're going for now your application of the tools, right? You're going to go. Any questions, or should we move towards that? फिर आपको थोड़ा active होना पड़ेगा, right?
Any
Okay.
questions? आप लोग hand raise कर लें, या you can just chat में आप बताएं. Yeah, inshallah we can go to the the application part, inshallah.
Okay. Should we progress? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bismillah.
All right. Bismillah. All right. So this is the first one. You sit down, and your spouse says, "There's no issue." He denies it. There's no issue. We are doing fine. You manage so well. Shabash, shabash. अब क्या करोगे? अब कौन क्या करेगा?
Yeah, we want some interaction. Please, either I can call names or आप लोग हाथ raise करें. Who would like to next step क्या बोलोगे? Or how you going to deal with this dialogue? आपका response क्या रहेगा? Anyone wants to unmute themselves? Yeah. Sister Azra, आप बताएं. I can just maybe pick someone randomly. Sister Azra Jumani, आप बताएं कि आपका next हम basically communication और dialogue पे focus कर रहे हैं इसमें. तो आप बताएं कि what would you say? How would you articulate आपकी next sentence? Sister Azra Mumtaz, if आप अगर unmute करें. Okay, Sister Azra, no worries. Sister Azra Mumtaz, आप देखें if you are able to unmute and discuss.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
जी कोशिश करें आप। जी
अच्छा, इसका
इमेजिन मैं आपसे I'm telling you, कोई घर में कोई मसला ही नहीं है, सब ठीक हो माशाल्लाह, आप आप अच्छा कर रहे हो, नहीं आई वांट टू वॉक अवे, तो आप क्या
जी
करोगे?
मगर घर में हर वक्त अच्छा तो होता नहीं है, कुछ ना कुछ मसला तो होता है ना, क्योंकि मतलब शौहर को ऐसे लगता है, वो एज्यूम, उसको हमेशा लगता है कि सब सही होता है, मगर वो शायद इसलिए कि वाइफ उसको सब बस अच्छी तरह मैनेज कर रही होती है, तो वो उसको अच्छा लग रहा होता है, और उस वाइफ को बोलना होता है, तो वो उसको आई थिंक वो शायद वो से ऐसे कहे कि बट स्टिल वी नीड टू टॉक, या आई नीड टू टॉक टू यू, इस तरह शायद वो ये जवाब के आई हैव समथिंग टू से,
Hmm.
ये जवाब दे,
That's a
इस
good.
तरह कहे, फिर कहे कि वो तो अभी आप जाओ, और मुझे आपसे फिर बाद में आराम से कुछ बात करनी है, ये
Hmm.
जवाब हो
So
सकता है।
ये सारी हो गया है, Sister Azhar. Now we've got him down and we've got the time and the door is closed. So now they are sitting down and she says, मैं तो सारा दिन काम कर करके थक गई हूँ, I'm really tired and I can't really manage this. I'm overworked, it's just too much for me, right? And he says, there's no issue. We are doing fine. You manage so well. Well done. अब क्या बोलेंगे आप?
Yes, but मैं यही मतलब आई एम सो एग्जॉस्ट, आई ऑलवेज आई डोंट हैव टाइम फॉर माई सेल्फ बिकॉज आई एम सो टायर्ड एंड एग्जॉस्टेड,
Hmm.
एंड मैं अपने लिए मतलब मेरे लिए कोई टाइम नहीं होता, या मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स के लिए मेरे पास कोई टाइम नहीं होता। ठीक है, मैं घर तो आपका सब कुछ कर रही होती हूँ, आपको आपके बच्चे सब मैं सही से देख रही होती हूँ, मगर मेरे लिए टाइम नहीं होता है, तो मेरी हेल्थ इससे फिर अफेक्ट होती है, फिर मुझे लग रहा होता है कि मुझे मतलब ये इस तरह।
Hmm. Okay, good. So you made the start. Yeah, when he says you manage so well, say thank you. Thank you for recognizing I manage so well. Agreement point पे पकड़ ले, क्योंकि that is your plus point. Uh, and
अच्छा,
then you say, ये जो ब्लू में चीजें लिखी है ना, ये बोलें कि ये मुझे इनका टाइम नहीं मिल रहा, ये मेरा मकसद है. And I am not getting time because I'm so run down on the chores. And I can't keep my senses together. I lose my temper, or I'm not being an example mother. I want to take care of you more. Things like that. So
yes.
that would, inshallah, it would help towards that. Good. So we move to the next one. Should we move to the next one?
इंशाल्लाह, जज़ाकल्लाह खैर सिस्टर अज़रा।
Sister Azra, keep participating. We need you. Okay. All right. So next one, minimizing. Okay. Every few weeks you feel this way. It'll pass over. कोई बात नहीं. ठीक हो जाओगी थोड़े दिनों में. अब क्या बोलेंगे?
सिस्टर कनवल, आप यू वांट टू ट्राई टू टेक दिस वन?
Yeah, actually, I was trying to answer first, but I was still thinking कि फिर मेरे माइंड में वही आंसर आया जो कि सिस्टर अजरा ने दिया।
बोलें सिस्टर कवन?
जी जी, ये कि उनसे एक अगर वो ये कह रहे हैं कि या यू मैनेज सो वेल, तो ये मैं यही सोच रही थी कि ये इस पे तो मतलब आप बनता है कि आप क्रेडिट लें कि हाँ, या इट्स ट्रू कि ठीक है, थैंक यू, आपने मतलब बोला, आपने ये रियलाइज किया कि आई मैनेज सो वेल, बट वो ये रियलाइज करवाए ना, कोई एक पॉइंट पकड़ें कि अच्छा ये काम ठीक हुआ है, वक्त पे हुआ है, ठीक है, बट इसके पीछे मेरी क्या एफर्ट थी, या मैंने ये कैसे मैनेज किया है, तो वो मेरे लिए बहुत हार्ड था। मतलब मैंने खुद को इग्नोर किया है, और मुझे इस तरह मुश्किल हुई है कि मैं ये काम कर पाई हूँ फिर। तो आपको क्या लगता है कि मतलब इज दिस राइट कि यूं मैंने खुद को इग्नोर किया है और ये काम मैंने जो है मैनेज कर दिया, बट यहाँ पे ये काम तो हो गया, बट मेरा जो है ना मतलब उनको बताएं कि यहाँ पे मैं थक गई हूँ, या जो भी मतलब इशू हुआ है आपके साथ वो बताएं कि मतलब मुझे आप ये भी होता है ना, अक्सर काम में हम जो है बच्चे को इग्नोर कर देते हैं। दूसरे जो अहम चीजें होती हैं जिनकी इम्पोर्टेंस मतलब हम उनको वैसे नहीं दे रहे होते जैसे कि देनी होती है, वो चीजें हम जो है वो इग्नोर कर देते हैं। तो ये चीज हम उन्हें बोल सकते हैं कि ये इस तरह हुआ है, ये चीज मेरे से निगलेक्ट हुई है, ये काम तो हो गया बट ये चीज निगलेक्ट हुई है।
True.
इसको ये बता सकते हैं।
Hmm.
अब
Good. Huh? That's good. Yeah.
जी जी, अब सिस्टर फरहाना ने बोला कि अगर वो कहें कि ये इशू नहीं है, ये क्वेश्चन था ना, कि अगर वो ये
ये
बोल रहे हैं कि
नंबर
हाँ
2 पे है ना, ये every few weeks you feel this way, it will pass over.
या
आप
आपको
आपने
स्क्रीन
बताया,
है मिस्टर
हाँ,
का?
आपने बताया भी, तो लेकिन जब बताया तो वो कह रहे हैं कि आपको ऐसे ही लगता है, लेकिन डोंट वरी, ये गुजर जाएगा, आपको बस आप ठीक हो जाओगे। तो ये कह के उसको छोटा उस वो काम को नेग्लेक्ट कर दे, आई मीन वो डिस्कशन को नेग्लेक्ट करना चाहे, तो आप इसको कैसा, आप ये डिस्कशन को कैसे बरकरार रखेंगे?
या राइट नाउ व्हाट आई फील इज कि ये जो ये फिर आगे स्टेटमेंट होगी ना, मतलब जितना अब हम कह रहे हैं कि जितना अब हमारा कॉन्शियस लेवल है, तो वी विल बी सो पिस्ड ऑफ इस बात पे कि मतलब इस पे ना मतलब वो अंदर से एक उबाल सा उठता है कि नहीं, मतलब ये आप इस चीज को इग्नोर करें, बिल्कुल निग्लेक्ट करें कि मुझ पे जो ये पीरियड आता है तो ये बहुत ही अनबेरेबल है या बहुत ही मुश्किल है। बट ये एवरी फ्यू वीक्स आता है। बट अगर आपको उनको मतलब रियलाइज ये करवाएं कि अम, आप इस चीज को इग्नोर करें कि मैं ये इस सारी चीज से गुजर रही हूँ। मतलब इमोशनली हम कह सकते हैं कि इमोशनली उनको बताने की कोशिश करें, समझाने की कि नो मतलब दिस इज नॉट राइट।
ओके, तो आप में कोई चार्ज नहीं होना चाहिए. You shouldn't have any emotion on it, sister. That is the important thing. Before you enter into a conversation, even if he says this, आपका नहीं अंदर से ये होना चाहिए. That means you've not handled yourself. You know? तो वो कॉन्वर्सेशन सही नहीं जाएगी अगर आप अपने बारे में बोलना शुरू हो जाएंगे. आपका तो मकसद है कि आप as a housewife you should be doing all these tasks in blue. That is your whole purpose of the family. कि आपने अल्लाह के करीब सबको लाना है, उनकी स्पिरिचुअलनेस को बढ़ाना है, and you are unable to do it because you're locked down into these tasks. But if even if it says every few weeks you feel this way, it will pass over. You say, okay, I have been feeling every few weeks like this, but my major concern is it's impacting on you and it's impacting on me and the children. And the असल मकसद जो हमें अल्लाह ताला ने दिया है, मैं उससे दूर हो रही हूँ. And this, I feel like मैं क्या हिसाब दूंगी अल्लाह ताला को? You know, and so that उनकी उस पे agreement होती है, you know, and inshallah it will. Do you think that will work, Sister Kamal?
I can't really answer this. You know, for me, I think मतलब इस चीज को सीरियस अगर सामने वाला ना ले तो ये
हाँ,
यहाँ पे
that is another thing. वो उस लेवल पे पहुंचे ही नहीं है कि मकसद घर का ये है, उस पे नहीं
या
पहुंचे. That is why you're finding it difficult to go to that level, right?
या
तो
या
उस
एग्जैक्टली
हाँ, तो उनको उस लेवल पे लाना भी आपकी जिम्मेवारी है. And you have to take it very gradually. It can't happen in one session. You know, you just gradually work on it कि मकसद क्या है, लाइफ का मकसद, वो तो उस पे भी नहीं आए फिर, उस पे भी काम करना होगा कि जिंदगी का मकसद क्या, मे बी our children are raised this way, that they are very materialistic. हम उनको इस तरह रेज कर रहे हैं, तो if our husbands are like that, they are like that, and it's our job to bring them back on course, but it will take time, it will take a lot of love and patience. तो वो इस चीज पे देर में बाद में बात होगी, पहले तो वो बुनियादी चीजें तो सही हो जाए ना, कि हम क्यों करते हैं, मैरिज क्यों होती है, व्हाट इज द मकसद ऑफ अ मैरिज, दैट नीड्स टू बी पुट राइट फर्स्ट. यस, फिर तो आसानी से बात हो सकती है, राइट?
All right.
Is that right, Sister Kamal?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah. Okay, please, Sister. Did somebody want to say something, Sister? I saw noticed something and then it's gone now in the.
या अगर anyone wants to share on this question, please आप लोग unmute कर सकते हैं and you can share any ideas. Yeah,
Say something.
yeah, any.
I just wanted to say,
Go ahead.
like, जी मैं ये कहना चाहती थी इन दोनों पॉइंट्स को मिला के, मतलब ये कहती, अगर आपके गोल्स आपके सामने हो ना, लाइक इफ यू रियली वांट टू अचीव समथिंग, जैसे आपको पता है कि मुझे ये कोर्स करना है, या किसी मतलब जो रियल आपकी प्रॉब्लम है, अगर वो आपके सामने स्ट्रांगली होगी ना, तो फिर आप उनको वो मतलब वो भी कर सकते हैं, बता सकते हैं कि मुझे ये चीज करनी है, लेकिन मैं अपने पूरे दिन में पूरी कोशिश कर रही हूँ कि मैं ये गोल अचीव करूँ, कोई क्लास है या कोई कोर्स है, लेकिन ये मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा, तो मुझे रियली आपकी हेल्प चाहिए इस चीज में. आप बताएं, आप बैठ के मेरा सारा दिन का वो देखें स्केड्यूल, एंड देन यू डिसाइड वेयर डू आई गेट द टाइम टू अचीव दिस गोल. तो पहले आपको खुद को, अपने आप को ना, अब you should be clear what you exactly want to do extra other than the chores.
Good. Okay.
Very good.
All right.
Yes, very important point. आपको जितनी क्लैरिटी होगी कि आपके ये रोल्स जो ब्लू में उतारे हुए हैं ना साइड में, और वो रोल्स को किस तरीके से करनी है, देन बिल्कुल आप अच्छी तरीके से समझा भी सकोगे और पूछ भी सकोगे ना वो हेल्प के लिए. परफेक्ट. या
Okay, we go to the third one, which is you seem to spend a lot of time talking to your friends and family. Perhaps you should work more and spend less time socializing. अब क्या बोलोगे?
All right. We got another statement. Okay.
हाँ, तो ब्रेन शिफ्टिंग हो रही है. आप अब इसके जवाब में आप कैसे अंडरस्टैंडिंग को बहाल रखेंगे? Affinity, this is a tool. What are you going to say next if he says that?
Wants to try this. Sister Sadaf, would you like to would you like to, आप किस तरीके से क्या कहेंगे? बेसिकली हम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं वो वर्ड्स की ना, क्योंकि ये अगर प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो फिर हमें ये आसानी से आएंगी वक्त पे, वरना टाइम लगेगा हमें क्या बोले कैसे बोले. दिस इज मोर ऑफ अ प्रैक्टिस. सो सिस्टर सदफ, आप अगर कोशिश करें. और एनीवन एल्स? Sister Komal, would you like to try? Sister Komal, हाँ, आप ट्राई करें.
जी. इसमें ये हो सकता है कि आप उन्हें बताएं कि मतलब आप क्या बात कर रहे हो अपने फैमिली के साथ या फ्रेंड के साथ, आप क्या बात कर रहे हो. और अगर आप जो है एक प्रोडक्टिव जो होती है औरतें, उनका मुझे तो यही पता है कि उनकी कोई इस तरह गॉसिप वाली बातें नहीं होती. तो आप बता सकते हो कि मैं काम की बात कर रही थी, या मैं फैमिली का हाल चाल पूछ रही थी. और फैमिली भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, या अगर आप फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी बात करें तो वो मेंटली आपको एक सुकून देता है. यानी आप बात कर रहे हो, डिस्कस कर रहे हो, तो आपकी वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन तो नहीं कहना चाहिए, लेकिन आपको हल्का फील होता है थोड़ा सा कि आप किसी से बात कर रहे हो, या आपका कोई सुनने वाला है, या आपकी फैमिली है. अगर आप स्पेशली दूर रहते हो, ओवरसीज आप रहते हो, तो फिर आपको ऑब्वियसली बात करनी होती है. कई दफा होता है फ्रेंड्स बीमार हैं, या किसी की शादी हो रही है, किसी का बेबी हुआ है, ऑब्वियसली आपने कॉल तो करनी है. तो इसलिए जो है इस पे आप यही कह सकते हो कि मेरी फैमिली है, फ्रेंड्स है, तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है उनसे बात करके. और आराम से कामली उनको ये बात आप समझाएं कि जिस तरह आपके फ्रेंड्स हैं इस तरह मेरे भी फ्रेंड्स हैं, मेरा दिल करता है उनसे बात, तो आप ये कह सकते हैं।
So that's a good one. It's very good. I think the first question would be to get the specifics के आप कैसे कह रहे हैं ये कुछ क्या सुना आपने, and then you can address it.
जी,
Yeah.
एग्जैक्टली।
Okay, good. Excellent. Let's move on to the next one. So, spouse says, I work hard at my job to bring money to help with running the home. You should try to understand that. आप क्या बोलेंगे? Would anybody else like to say what would be the next sentence you're going to say?
सिस्टर शाजिया से आप ट्राई करें।
जी, मैं बस मैं मेरे ख्याल से यही कहूंगी कि अगर वो सही बात है, जो क्या कहते हैं, जो उन्होंने कहा पहले, तो उनको वाकई यहाँ पे टाइम है उनको अप्रिशिएट करने का, उनको वो करने का, एक्नॉलेज करने का कि हाँ वो वाकई जो करते हैं वी रियली अप्रिशिएट, और ही रियली वर्क्स हार्ड। वो सब कुछ करके ना, पहले उनको थोड़ा से शायद काम डाउन इंसान हो, उसके बाद आप कहें कि जैसे आपके पास रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं ऐसे मेरे पास भी हैं, तो मतलब मैं चाहती हूँ, लेकिन अगेन के अपने गोल पे जाएं कि ये सारी जो मेरे पास हैं रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, उसके साथ भी ये एक्स्ट्रा चीज नहीं कर पा रहे, तो बस आई जस्ट नीड योर हेल्प, ऐसे करके, बजाय के ब्लेम करने के उनको, मतलब इस तरीके से।
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Sister Aisha, you wanted that repeated. The thing was defensive हो रहे थे. I work hard at my job to bring money to help with running the home. You should try to understand that. Yeah, this was the thing that if he came up with that. And you, as Sister Shazia Azib said, that you need to acknowledge it. Thank you very much. It really helps. You're working so hard at your job, and we feel secure, and it really has helped. The rent gets paid, and the bills get paid, and the kids go to the school. It is so valuable what you do. And then you can expand on that. You are a pillar, such an important pillar in the house, and I need you there as a partner, raising the kids, and so that we can be an example for them. And so I need also a little bit of time to myself. It's just goes on and on and on. I get very tired, and I can't do these things that I should be doing. I can't be there for you as well, and I want to be there for you. So I think, does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. So this is a little bit strong. Now my mother telling me what I should do or not do. अब क्या बोलेंगे?
This is a little too strong. Yeah, this kind of can make us upset easily, right? When we hear this one. Yeah.
कैसे जवाब देंगे इसका? You have to keep that ARC in. He said this. What could you do to turn it around? Hey, yeah, I love your mother. I've learned so much from her.
Yeah.
So, you just acknowledge. हाँ, क्या बोला सिस्टर कमल?
अग्री करें पहले उनके साथ।
हाँ, agree करें. Get him off that thing that he's on. No, and it's a partnership. We are together, and this is our mission. Whatever we are trying to do together, and I really miss you, or whatever. To bring it about. Does that make sense? So लड़की को वॉच करें क्योंकि वो यहाँ उनकी नीचे गिरी है, आपने ऊपर लानी है. You have to say something to raise the reality, raise the level of affinity in him, because he's dropped it when he says something like that. Okay, next wala. You're always complaining. इसका क्या जवाब है? Any volunteers?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you want to say that, you want to become defensive when you hear this. The initial response which is coming to you is you want to become defensive, saying, I'm not complaining, this is what, I feel. Defensive ho rahe ho thoda sa. That's kind of the first initial response. But how to be more creative in a more positive way?
You should say, I didn't mean to complain. I'm
Okay.
sorry it came across like that. It wasn't meant like this at all. I was just trying to do something that would improve things in the home, give us a happier home. We'd reach our goals together much better. That wasn't my idea at all. What did you feel I did? Or just if he's upset about it, let him talk about it. Why does he feel you're complaining? Maybe there's an earlier time he's got his head on that you did complain a lot and there was a big fight after that. So just get it off and then say, oh, I'm sorry about that. I've grown up from there. I'm no longer that person. So something like that, just get it off it if it's emotional thing that's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. This is how things have always been done. It's a normal thing in our culture. इसका क्या जवाब है?
Who wants to try this one? Sister Aisha, आप try करें. You want to try this? अब next आप क्या sentence बोलेंगे? Sister Aisha, are you able to unmute?
जी I couldn't unmute. बेस्ट जो मैं अभी कर रही हूँ वो तो यही है कि आई कीप क्वाइट और लिसन फर्स्ट।
कोई क्वेश्चन पूछें सिस्टर आयशा?
हाँ जी,
कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ सकती हैं आप? You sat
नहीं
down in a quiet room to handle this issue,
लेकिन मैंने देखा कि वो चाहती हैं कि मैं सुनूं। यही मैं गलत करती थी पहले कि मैं रिएक्ट और आंसर या क्वेश्चन या डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने की कोशिश करती थी, तो उनको पता लग जाता मैं डिस्ट्रैक्ट कर रही हूँ, पॉइंट मेन पॉइंट से हट रही हूँ। तो थोड़ा सा मैंने पेशेंस अपने अंदर लाने की कोशिश करी कि रिएक्ट नहीं करना।
That's good.
तो लेकिन ये अभी नेक्स्ट स्टेप है कि उस बात को सॉल्व करना है, उसको दबाना नहीं है जैसे आप कह रही थी। वो अभी नहीं इतनी बहादुर हुई मैं।
Okay, all right. So, did Sister Kaval, did you want to say something on this one?
Yeah, you said कि कोई क्वेश्चन भी हो सकता है, तो मेरे माइंड में ये आया कि हम ये क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं कि जो अगर वो कह रहे हैं ना कि इट इज नॉर्मल थिंग इन आवर कल्चर, तो इज दिस नॉर्मल थिंग आल्सो राइट? कि हम ये पूछ सकते हैं ये थिंग है तो क्या ये ठीक भी है, ये ठीक हो रहा है?
Yeah.
ये-
वो कहेंगे
ये कि
हाँ,
इस-
वो कहते हैं हाँ ठीक हो रहा है, बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है। अब क्या बोलोगी सिस्टर कवल?
तो मतलब हम उसके इम्पैक्ट देखेंगे ना, वो बता सकते हैं कि इसका ये इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है। तो
That's right. You look at all of society, you've got a lot of impacts out there on corruption and everything like that. And it's basically the women's role that is, gone to pieces. She's just not wearing her hat. She's not wearing her clothes. So building character. Character is her main job. So inshallah, with that, it can be remedied, and he wants that too. His job is difficult out there too because the society is so. So we need to change that and give औरत को मुकाम देना चाहिए जो उसका असल में मुकाम है. So you could start the conversation. It might not lead to a solution in the same sitting, but gradually, you could just talk about it. Okay, why is the role of women is much more than menial labor, just doing housework. That's not what it is. She's in charge of creating a new civilization,
yeah.
right? Okay, good. It's just
Yeah, we can, yeah. I mean, convince him or, paint the picture of how better it could be, right? तो वहाँ पे slowly उनको लेके जाएं. Yeah.
Okay. You're just tired. ये तो आसान है, अभी हमें ऐसे कर लेंगे. ये आसान है. What will you say?
Sister Aisha, you want to try again? No.
If he will say I'm tired, I mean,
No, he's saying आप कह रही मेरी इतना कुछ होता है मैं नहीं कर सकती इस सारे काम को and he's going out with his friends and family and at work and he's not participating. तो आप ये raise कर रही हैं issue कि it's too much for me. I can't handle all this. And he says you're just tired. You're just tired.
so if maybe I'll say yes, I am.
Yeah, you can say that I am with all of this. I am tired, but my main worry is that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Hmm.
I'm supposed to be a good mother. I'm supposed to be teaching the children. I'm supposed to be here raising everybody spiritually, and I'm not getting to it. I can't even raise myself spiritually. I don't have
Yeah.
time for it, and I really need your help. I can't do it without you. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe a good word to try. Next one. फिर वो कहते हैं I'll try and do better. लेकिन कोई नियत वियत नहीं है आपको टाल रहे sometimes they do that. They just say it just to get you off their back. Right?
तो इसके लिए तो स्पेसिफिक हो जाए ये कि can you promise me that you will do this 10 minutes of taking 15 minutes of taking the kids outside जो भी स्पेसिफिक बात पकड़ ले वहां पे मौका मिला है.
Could you do this? Suggestions दे दें. Could you do this?
This is right actually. मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था बल्कि किसी ने कहा था कि अगर वो करते नहीं है ना लेकिन you identify do this if he will, at least it will go in his mind he didn't. Slowly when you ask that person, one day he will do it.
Yeah.
So at least you put on him like it's communication, isn't it? We don't want to do communication. It's so sad.
वो थोड़ा भी जैसे आप कह रहे हैं ना सिस्टर आयशा, it makes a difference. And before you start, you need to have a plan कि थोड़ा सा ये कि क्या चाहिए आपको help कहाँ से चाहिए, and you won't be able to change your whole situation. अगर 2-3 चीजें भी आपने लिखती हैं कि ये कर लें, इतना टाइम दे दें इस चीज को, ये काम कर लें, ये कर लें, just have a little plan for him to do. So the next one is easier because he's really now wanting to help you. Okay, tell me how I can help. तो ये आप ये बोल दिया तो फिर तो आप आ गए. You reached your mission, right? So and yeah, I think this is a good one. You will have a plan already where he can help, and you can say, "Can we start this week? That you help me in these things. It would be really nice." And then we can review it and see how we can improve on it, something like that, right?
Yeah, and give feedback to him as well, right? This helped me. I could have more time for doing something else and kind of थोड़ा सा उसको feedback loop में positive feedback भी देते रहे, so it will help inshallah.
Yeah, and every day, say it made such a difference. It made such a difference to me. How it made. Thank you, and that would be nice.
Yeah. Subhanallah.
So we finished these two areas. What did you learn and how did it help? Could share करें? Rare phenomena, Sister Kamal, आप ये कह रहे हैं rare phenomena, ये वाला rare. It's just a rare phenomena. Inshallah, it won't be rare. Okay. Sister Asha, you wanted to share something?
No, I want to ask कि वो ठीक है last वाला आप कह रही कि जब when he ready, but sometime verbally तो सब ready होते हैं लेकिन for action नहीं होते तो उसका क्या फिर?
ये था वो नंबर 9 था. तो जब वो verbally बोल रहे हैं लेकिन असल में नियत नहीं है. I'll try and do better, and you say I really appreciate that. Could we take it like if you do take the bins out, or some little, if you do this on Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, it will really be helpful. Are you okay with that? Something like that. और यहाँ पे अगर इस पे आ गए तो फिर तो दरवाजा खुल गया. you can give you can, okay, tell me how I can help. So यहाँ पे तो you can go a bit more ahead on your what you want, but gradually उनको लाएं इस तरफ, so that you are getting solid time every day with him helping. You do need that. You can't do it on your own. And you can't work till from morning to aankhein band karne pe, so you can't do that. You need your study time, you need your friends' time, you need to have a life. You can't stop sacrificing yourself. Aapki sari family suffer karti hai when you do that. Yeah, a whole family suffers, not just you. Everyone suffers if you're not in good shape. So Allah Ta'ala ne aapko bless kiya hai, you look after yourself so that you can serve Allah Ta'ala better. Isi niyat se kare. So I hope this area was beneficial. Was it helpful? इस पे कोई questions हैं या बताएं?
Yeah, Sister Kanwal has shared the Zoom, उसमें भी आप mention करें, and you can tell it here as well. आप unmute करके आप यहाँ पे भी बोल सकते हैं what did you learn, how useful it was, how to improve it better, any of it, any suggestions, anything.
जज़ाकल्लाह। मुझे बस ये कहना था कि इट वाज रियली हेल्पफुल, क्योंकि काफ़ी चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं हमें मतलब अंदर पता होती हैं, लेकिन जब तक हम डिस्कस नहीं कर रहे होते ना, जैसे अब हमने ये सारा प्रॉब्लम जब डिस्कस किया है, देन आवर माइंड स्टार्ट वर्किंग टू, क्योंकि वो अंदर होते हैं प्रॉब्लम्स, लेकिन हम इतने यूज्ड टू हो चुके होते हैं, देन वी इवन थिंक इट्स नॉर्मल। अभी से पहले मैं भी यही सोच रही थी कि हाँ, ये जो मैं कह रही हूँ ये मेरी ड्यूटी है, लेकिन आपने मुझे रियलाइज करवाया कि यू हैव बिगर पर्पस, नॉट जस्ट व्हाट यू आर डूइंग। और दूसरी बात ये कि मुझे लगता है कि ये भी हम खुद से ही शुरू कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि बजाय के वही के बात कि हम अपने आप को चेंज करना होता है ना सबसे पहले। तो एक जो चीज़ जो है ना हमें घर में कोशिश करके बहुत यानी वो करना चाहिए, एप्रिसिएशन। समटाइम्स आई थिंक जो हस्बैंड्स होते हैं वो भी करना चाहते हैं सब कुछ, लेकिन उनको ऐसे फील होता है कि जो मैं बाहर कर रहा हूँ उसकी तो कोई एप्रिसिएशन है ही नहीं, उसकी कोई वैल्यू है ही नहीं। तो उनको ये थोड़ी उसके में ना रियलाइज करवाना चाहिए। इससे मैंने देखा है इंसान में बहुत पॉजिटिव आता है, देन दे स्टार्ट थिंकिंग आपको बेटर पॉजिटिव रिस्पांस ज़्यादा देते हैं। तो एक ये चीज़ जो है ना बस मुझे कहनी थी। जज़ाकल्लाह।
Very nice. बिल्कुल सही, appreciation, gratefulness.
लेकिन मैं ये पूछना चाह रही थी कि अप्रिसिएशन का भी कोई स्केल होना चाहिए ना, वो कैसे करें, मतलब बैलेंस कैसे रखें कि अगला बंदा फिर उसको फॉर ग्रांटेड ना ले। यही वजह बनती है ना, शुरू में बंदा कर रहा होता है, फिर शुरू के दिनों में एक दूसरे की, फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता जब अगला आपको जरा डिग्रेड करना, फिर हम कंपटीशन में चल जाते हैं, फिर हमें आदत ही नहीं रहती। तो अगर हम अब दोबारा शुरू करें विल फर्ज उस चीज को थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा हाईलाइट करें, तो उसका भी क्या स्केल होना चाहिए?
I think it should be genuine, Sister Aisha. It can't be, you can't make it up and say something. It should come from your heart, you know. ये वही अपने इसको ट्रू रहे उनको, क्योंकि वो दिख जाता है when you're not sincere in your appreciation. You have to genuinely feel it. Yeah. So वो भी truthful relationship भी रखना है. तो अपने को पहले, I think the first thing is you clean yourself up. And then, that in itself creates a very safe space for your spouse. उनको पता चल जाता है कि आप react नहीं करेंगे, upset नहीं होंगे. So they start relaxing as well, and they start telling you more. So, inshallah, it becomes a very strong relationship. But we have to work on ourselves a lot. Unfortunately, हमें भी कोई सीधी राह नहीं दिखाई शुरू से किसी ने. We took it on from the culture and every place else. So बहुत सारे belief systems हमारे out हैं. We'll keep working on them, cleaning them up, and make yourself pure. That's the whole mission, is कि हम अपने खुद को purity की तरफ लाएं. अल्लाह ताला की तरफ जाना है. We should be very, very pure. And वो दिख जाता है, आपके घर में दिख जाता है, everywhere दिख जाता है. You don't even have to say anything. आपकी appreciation उन्हें दिख जाएगी. It doesn't even sometimes have to be verbalized. It's there. Inshallah.
Yeah. Inshallah. And with respect to spending time, make sure even like 5 to 10 minutes every day, you know, just spend time without necessarily discussing, you know, any issues or conflicts, you know. So that spending of the time creates bonding. So it's important you know, both of us keep a lot of time for that, whether it's drinking a cup of tea in the evening, or, yeah. So that's a big thing. We've been very busy and all of overwhelmed. We kind of उसको neglect करते हैं, लेकिन वो neglect ना करें. You know, subhan is such a important thing.
It is. And sometimes the kids, बच्चे हो जाते हैं तो उनको time नहीं मिलता spouse को आपका. And that creates a lot of issues in the relationship. So he comes first in that area, you know. Children are there, but he's got his special time with you. वो जरूर रखें इसे. You know, that's a must. Then he becomes like the kids are more important than you. वो अलग से हो जाता है, उनकी दुनिया अलग, आपकी दुनिया अलग. And you don't want that. You need to stay connected. और वो ARC में communication drop हो रही है ना, तो आपकी communication drop हो रही है तो affinity उनकी भी, reality भी out हो गई, अब understanding खत्म हो जाती है दोनों. So you just keep that 10 minutes even daily or 15-20 minutes. Just make sure it's just your and his time. Where he tells you about his day, you tell him about your day. You know, something like that, inshallah. Yes, Sister Komal? Did you want to say something?
जी बस मैंने यही कहना था कि यानी जब इस तरह गुस्से की या गलत बात कोई कर रहा है, गलत क्वेश्चन कोई कर रहा है, तो आपको एकदम गुस्से में नहीं आना चाहिए. कामली उसको हैंडल करें. और ज्यादा जैसे साइकोलॉजी वाली चीज होती है कि यानी उनके साथ अग्री कर लो आपको, हाँ आप सही कह रहे हो, इस तरह फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ग्रेजुअली उसको आप लेके जाओ अपनी सिचुएशन की तरफ के. और दूसरा ये कि यानी ये चीज हमारे जहन में होनी चाहिए कि हमने अल्लाह को जवाब देना है हर चीज का. यानी जब भी बोलो, जवाब दो, या आप बात कर रहे हो तो आपको ये पता हो कि कल ये बातें सब रिकॉर्ड हो रही हैं, तो आपने कल अल्लाह को इसका जवाब देना है. तो आपको हर टाइम कॉन्शियस रह के तो बात करनी चाहिए. तो यही मैं कहना चाह रही थी.
Yeah. So, Sister Fana, we had this as the, for everyone, this is our next area we're looking at, right? So we have two areas. We are now looking at teenagers. We moved away from the spouse. So ये हमारा next है. Number one has children are too absorbed. Teenagers too absorbed in browsing, or children in browsing the internet, video games, watching TV, etc. तो और दूसरा है you are not someone your teenager looks up to. As parents, he's not looking up to you, he's looking up somewhere else. Just किसी और को देख रहा है आपको, कुछ नहीं समझ रहा. तो how will he use the tools to solve this issue? ये कर रहे हैं हम. Is it something that you want to do? Over to you, Sister Farhan. देखें.
Yeah. You know, I think it's very important topic. Please chat में आप लोग comment करें कि ये topic कितना जरूरी है, and you know, please share करें कि how. Yeah, Sister Aisha says yes, this is very useful. Yeah. And yeah, please, you know, let your friends and let them also know कि वो लोग भी inshallah they can join our sessions, ताकि वो भी they can also benefit. They might have to go back and listen to the entire section and do the courses, but at least let them kind of see what what are the various tools we have. We have some things which we can do, so
yeah. We need 2 people for the next time, don't we, Sister Farhana?
Yes, we need, yes. Please, any couple of people, the first, हम दोनों में एक साथ करेंगे या अलग-अलग?
नहीं, अलग-अलग. It just gets
too much. Okay. So too absorbed in browsing the internet, video games, and watching TV, and not listening to you. तो यहाँ पे conflict आ रही है. Not doing the work, not doing the school work, not listening to you, being rude to you when you want to take the computer off. So this is so Sister Kanwal, would you want to kind of the same format में, जैसे हमने affinity, conflict कहाँ पे है, the same thing what we've kind of gone through, इसी lines पे आप इसको बनाए. Sister Kanwal is going, inshallah, we'll do that next week, inshallah, and then we want one more person to do it as well, who wants to volunteer to do this. Please आप लोग chat में करें, या Sister Kanwal आप करेंगे, yeah, and then one more person. Yeah, okay, because we got Sister Kanwal already, and one more person who can do on this topic. Sister Shazia, would you like to do this? Sister Shazia, आप इस पे करेंगे inshallah next week. Teenagers. So that's another area which we kind of struggle with. So it's an important one. So yeah. So let me know. We're waiting for one more volunteer for this topic. Sister Uma Musa, Sister Shazia, Sister Sana. Anyone wants to volunteer? Okay. All right. No worries. I can, inshallah, will ask in the text as well. But we have Sister Kanwal already. Okay. ठीक है. So please आप लोग survey form भर दें. Again, your suggestions, your recommendations.
Please got the survey form link भेज दिया था ना हमने. I think yeah.
The Kanwal, yes, we have the survey form in the chat में आप वहाँ पे भेजें and just fill it in, and inshallah we will again see you next week, inshallah, next Thursday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah, this coming week, inshallah, we're going to have a discussion in the VOTP ka jo hai. We're going to have a little bit discussion on the current other organization, the BRICS, and certain global financial organizations and jo lead pe hain. Just a little bit information on that. So we'll send out the flyer, and aap log please join kare. Let's kind of increase our awareness of what all is going on and who all are main players in this world, main power structures in the world. So that's the purpose of that topic, inshallah. So jazakallahu khairan. A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus solihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.